Hi, I'm Jackie Cross, and a huge welcome to this summit. You're in for such a treat. There are amazing women with such wisdom and knowledge ready to share just for you. And I've been lucky enough to be invited on this summit as well. I've been doing healing and energy work and coaching for many years, and I love what I do. And I'm really passionate about how I work with people because we're all unique. And because I've got such a vast toolbox, I can pull out tools and different ways of working if it's required with an individual. Now, every tool that I have in my toolbox, I've used on myself and proved to myself it works, which is why I'm confident to use that with you. Many times in my life, I've been stuck, overwhelmed, lived in fear, doubted myself, and certainly self-sabotaged myself. And I am so grateful for the tools that I have gained over these years so that I've been able to change myself because everything starts with us. If we're looking to change the exterior, we're just reinforcing either our lack or we haven't got it yet, or we're not doing the inner work. And it will just keep on reframing and reappearing in some way or another until we've done the work ourselves. Trust me, I really know this one. And when we work with emotional stuff, I mean, at least 80% of physical and emotional imbalances is due to emotions. That's amazing. And even 95% of our thoughts don't even belong to us. And took me a while to actually get my head around that, but it's so true. So today I'm going to share just a little bit of what I do, just to give you a little insight. And then you can see whether you would like to work with me or not. So emotions. We all need emotions. They can work for us and against us, but unbalanced emotions can put our mindsets in a false reality. You know, when we get triggered about being angry about something, or we're procrastinating, or when we're not sleeping at night. And let's just show and have a little play for a moment. Just close your eyes. And I want you to think of a time when you had an unpleasant experience. And I don't want you to bring it so it's really, really heightened, like a major trauma, but something that you can remember and recall right now in this room, right here and now. And as you recall something that's happened that wasn't pleasant, just notice how it feels to you. What happens with your body when you recall this memory? Does it feel good? Does it not feel good? And just notice what you notice when you access an unpleasant memory. Thank you. That's amazing. Now, keeping your eyes closed, I'm going to invite you to now step into a happy memory, something that made you feel great. And bring up that memory now and notice how that makes you feel. Does it feel the same as the first one? Does it feel brighter, lighter? How does your body feel? And then when you're ready, just come back into the room with me. Thank you. Now, what that's showing us, because for me, I know if I do this experiment, when I'm in my not such bad memory or my memory that's not so good, my body can contract or feel uncomfortable. If I'm in my happy space, my body feels more expansive and lighter. I wonder whether that was the same with you. What is that showing us? It's showing us if there's uncomfortabilities when we can access a memory that's not even present in this moment. It can have an effect on our well-being, on our physical being, because our bodies and the cells of our bodies can still be holding those memories. Sometimes these energies can be laying dormant and we don't even know they're there. Sometimes they're there, but we still ignore them and we don't do anything about it. And I know from my own personal experience, I had flashbacks of something in my early adulthood and I hadn't known anything about it. but it happened in my early childhood. So I've been carrying that trauma, that baggage all the way through my life. And I hadn't recognized this until later in my life when I noticed patterns and programmings that weren't pleasant and weren't serving me well moving forward into my future. So if this is us now, this is our like identity, all the stuff we've collected up until now. We come into this world as a shiny, bright human being. And before very long, something's happened and we've got a little bit of a covering on because that wasn't very pleasant. And then something else happens. And before we know it, we're forming an identity from all our experiences and the memories that we're holding from those experiences. And often in a split second, something horrible happens. We can decide that we're not safe or we've been abandoned or we're not worthy. And we don't even realize we've done it, but it's there. And we've then formed a belief, which then follows us through and trips us up or triggers us in certain areas of our life. We may still be living in lack because we might have felt unsafe around something that made us feel in lack. Because that was another one of my patterns. I remember hearing my parents arguing about money and I must have withdrawn about money and decided money wasn't safe. So I've had to work with that to a point where I've really shifted that within myself. So this is our identity that we've created up until now, but we want a new identity. We want the business that's successful so that we can live the life with the abundance that we really would love. We want those relationships that are satisfying and full of love and joy. We want to sleep well and have energy and have our bodies free. But this isn't actually a vibrational match. This one does not match this one. And if we want this, we almost want it and want it, want it, but something doesn't align. The energy is not, so we almost oscillate back. So this is what we really want, but this is what we've got now. And we want to get rid of all this resistance that's in the middle so that we can magnetize and manifest much easier with less resistance. So we need to create a new identity. We need to step into something new and then let go or release the baggage, the sabotaging patterns, all that is that's actually holding us back. I hope that makes sense. And in a minute, we will be doing something where I can help you release some of the emotions or energies that are holding us back or in the way of really creating that joy that we love. And for that, we are going to need a pen and a paper. So when we get to that point, maybe stop the video and just go and get a piece of pen and paper, just in case there's anything that you would like to take away and remember from this. If not, you can record it, listen to the recording again and again, as many times as you want to. So it's been proved that cells hold memory. Bruce Lipton, amazing, amazing man, has actually proved that cells hold memory. So when we haven't released these energies or when we're holding on to these stagnant or dormant memories and something happens in our life, we can get triggered. It could be frustration, anger, jealousy, whatever it is, we can get triggered. So if we want to live a more harmonious life, it's about becoming more consciously aware of ourselves. And I love working with, looking at our language and how we talk to ourselves or how we not always so kind to us. Well, I can only speak for me, but I know that I used to put myself down such a lot. And all I was doing was reinforcing that I wasn't good enough. I was reinforcing that I didn't have it all now. So sometimes having an awareness of, how we love ourselves or are kind to ourselves or not can really help us become more consciously aware of helping us move forward so that we can change or get rid of or do something different in that moment. And I have many tips and tools that can help us change our mindsets it's just in that moment. I won't share that right now because there's not enough time for me to do everything that I do here. But if you're interested and you want to know, some little tricks and tips on how I changed my mindset, and really helped me move forward with some stuff, then drop me an email or a message and I can send you a video, or we can jump on a call and I can talk to you about this another time. And when I work with people, most of the time I'm using something called muscle testing. Now, I don't know whether you know or not know about muscle testing, but it's when we access our innate wisdom, our inner power. And I work with people's energy in their bodies if they're with me in person, and we tap in to your unique energy. And when I'm muscle testing, it's a simple thing where we get a yes and a no. So if I ask a question, whether it's about you or whether I'm doing it on myself. So let's just say, for instance, if I'm doing it on me, I will ask myself a question, is there a priority for me to clear today? And if it's a no, don't want to do anything. If it's a yes, I will then ask further questions as to what I need to do to release anything for that day. So I hope that's helpful. And also us getting into healthier habits on a daily basis. Because so often I work with people and they think it's a one-off or a two-off and they don't follow through. If we don't continue on our journey or follow through on our actions, we're either yet again reinstalling that actually we didn't do that, we didn't complete it, we didn't follow through, and then we're reminding ourselves that we're still not good enough because we haven't followed through. So it's just there to keep reminding us all the time. But when we get into healthier habits, we don't clean our teeth once and expect them to be healthy for the rest of our life. We do it daily or twice a daily or however often you clean your teeth because we want them to last forever. So we've got the most amazing bodies, amazing minds, and we want to just step into that best potential and live the best life we can. So let's play. If you've got your pen and paper handy, get it now, just in case you want to write any notes, because let me take you through a process where we can release some of the stagnant or blocked energies. Even if it's just 1% today, it's a percent forward, and it's more than you had before, or you're having more, or you've created more space to create more joy or more abundance or a better business, whatever that is for you. So let's start. I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and just connect to your heart and take a deep breath in and let that breath go. Thank you. And just take another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, relax the mind and the body and let it soften and relax, and ask to get the best that we can, the best satisfaction from this mini session now. Thank you. So I'm only taking you through part of a process today because that's all we've got time for right here and now. But we can reconnect and do more if you choose. So as you've got your eyes closed, we've connected to the heart. I'm going to invite you to step in to a new version of you, your future you, whether you see this, sense this, or just know it. I want you to step into that place where your business is already up and running and successful. Maybe you've hired the staff you've got people running in the background, or you've got it to a point where it's all running on automatic pilot, or you're just loving what you do and you're just in joy of doing it and you get such satisfaction, whatever it is for you, whatever this gives you. And what lifestyle is it giving you when everything is running beautifully in your life, where you've created it all now, where your relationships are amazing, the abundance is there? What is it giving you when you step into something new, when you are here right now, not through obligation, not through any limitations with relationships, money, work? You're stepping into that end result. and just notice what you notice. Now you've created this. What does it give you in life? Is it freedom, satisfaction, laughter, joy, flexibility? What does it give you? Step into that right now. Be it right here and right now. And I want you to notice how it feels. What emotions are showing up for you? Is it joy? Is it fun? And bring in all your senses. Notice whether you can hear anything, smell anything. What are the sounds around you? Are you on your own? Or are you with people? And even glance down at your feet. Maybe your bare feet. Maybe you're walking along the beach. Whatever it is for you, that love, that life that you're living, and you're loving it because you've created all this, and this is the life it's giving you now. Bring in everything to make it as tangible as possible. This life that you've created, it's so amazing, and you're loving it. And just play. Let go of all the limitations and just play right here and now with me. And just love it. Notice how your heart feels, how your body feels. And when you've got it, just very gently write down, what emotions does this feel like? Whether it's joyful, expansive, fun, freeing. And write that down now. Just going to give you a couple of minutes, or you can switch off the recording and then come back. Amazing, thank you. Now I'm going to invite you to close your eyes again. Thank you. And this time I'm going to invite you to come back to your current reality, where yes, there might be some amazing parts of it, but there's also parts that may be holding us back. Maybe it's money, maybe it's the business isn't quite right yet, or there's things that you want to do, but there's some limitations, or we're sabotaging our own joy. Whatever that is right now, where are you at right now? And be in that space right here and now. And notice how it feels to be in your current reality. Does it feel the same as your future reality? And as you're in the current reality, again, notice how this feels. Is it as free as the first one, or are there some restrictions? Maybe the body's feeling tense somewhere, maybe across your shoulders or neck, maybe the tummy. What does it feel like when we're in the current reality with the identity that you've formed and have up until now? And when you've got that, write that down on your piece of paper. Then come back into the room with me. Thank you. That's amazing. And well done. You're doing a good job. So you've stepped in to that future. You've plucked that future you in. It's there on a timeline. It's there. You've got it. It's exciting. You've also got this current identity, which may be not quite a vibrational match to the future you yet. So let's see if we can work out or release some energies that can free you, so we can manifest what you want, walk towards or create or do action steps with with more ease, with less resistance, and more space to create more of what you really want. So this part, when I'm working with you individually, we would unpack some of the stuff from the current reality, so we can be really specific and home in for you. But because we're working in a group session, I'm going to release some emotions. And when I release the emotions, often I use a magnet Not always, to be truthful, but sometimes I use a magnet. For today, we will, because I do. Actually, I'm just going to share. I do have my magnet with me. And when we use a magnet, it can magnetize our intention to release energies and I can't get the word out, help us magnetize our energies forward. So we want to release the energies so we have more potential to create more. And using a magnet actually can help us become more magnetic to what we really want. But when I learned with the person that taught me about the magnets, he would say it helps us to magnetate much. I can't say the word. We become much more magnetic by using a magnet. I'm not actually explaining that very well. I will in another video if you choose to explain further about the magnet. But for today, just trust me, it works. And sometimes people want to go along and they want to run the magnet over their head. And again, I'd explain that in a different way. Just trust me, it works. But if we haven't got magnets, we can use our hands because we're all magnetic and we all have healing hands and it works equally. So let's just settle our energies for a moment and we're working with summits about businesses and being entrepreneurs and how we juggle life as women with work and families and our businesses. So let me just tune in for a moment and see what's going to be good for us today. And as I said, I'm going to be muscle testing. You won't see me, but I'm going to be muscle testing. So I'm going to muscle test a group. So if this is our new identity in our future us, and this is our current identity, and we're going to work with the business, are there emotions and blocks that would be a priority for all of us that we can do as a group setting today? Yes, there are. Okay, so let's just ask your inner wisdom. So, okay. So often there's an inability to receive. We have blocks in receiving, and that's about abundant stuff. So let's just see, do we need any further details around receiving? We actually do. Oh, okay, so there's a bit of frustration around us receiving or lack of receiving with our businesses. So let's just go. Let's not forget, because I don't often use it when I'm working on a regular basis. So let's just tune in now, and we're going to release the energies, trapped emotions, and negative vibration and frequencies of frustration. And everywhere, at some level, we're not receiving the full abundance that we would choose. And we're going to ask to release that frustration right here and now. And everywhere that frustration can lead to procrastination, overwhelm, sometimes even anger. We're going to release that energy now. Just trusting and allowing that we're safely and gently releasing the emotion of frustration, where it links into us or our abilities to receive fully. Thank you. So truth, are we able to release this? Yes, we are. Thank you. Are there any other emotions that are linking into us not fully receiving and stepping into the abundance to create our businesses or the life that we would choose, that may be blocking things off even with our heart? Yes, there are. Let me just double check in what's going on. So truth, let's just tune in with that emotion. What is the emotion that's linking in with this? Is it, okay. Okay, there's a level of rejection here where maybe we've gone to move forward with something and either we've been put down or discouraged, or we felt rejected by maybe we've put a proposal forward, or maybe we've done something that hasn't worked so well. So some of us are working here with a level of rejection. So we're going to go ahead and clear that for you right here and now. So just be with me. I mean, if you want to run your hand over your head at the same time, you can. If not, just let me do it for you. It will work either way. So we're going to tune in now to these trapped emotions and negative vibrations and frequencies of rejection. Wow, okay. So everyone and everything, every thought, sound, touch, and taste that's linked in with this rejection, going all the way back to the core point of existence. Okay. We're going to release this from every cell that's holding these memories. Gently and safely, allowing the body to know it's safe to let this rejection go. Wherever it's come from, it's safe to let it go. Now let's just let that energy settle for a moment. Okay. So truth, are we able to release that level of rejection right here and now? Yes, we are. That's amazing. So is there another emotion we can clear right here and now that's linked in with the lack of receiving? Yes, there is. So is the next energy that we can release that's linked in with this, is it, let me just have a work out. Okay, so let's just check in. Is it no? Is it this? Yes. Okay. So we're going to work with disappointment, where maybe something hasn't worked and we have been disappointed. So, or we have, the rejections created disappointment and that's followed us through with our life. So let's just look at this energy now. Do we need anything more to do with this? Actually, we do. So where do we need to release this for the group or for whoever's watching this now? Where do we need to release this from? Is it from the physical body, emotional body, from a body part? Okay, so we need to release this disappointment from the heart area, our heart chakra area as well. Is that physical? It's both. So we're going to tune in now to release this disappointment for you. So we're going to tune in now to this level of disappointment, taking it all the way back to its point of creation. Everywhere it's having a negative effect on our physical being, releasing it from every cell that's holding these memories, and especially tuning in to the heart, where this disappointment has created any wounding, sadness, where we've been rejected through that, where it's formed any negative belief patterns around unworthy, I'm not good enough. We're asking to release that energy and all those emotions right here and now, to let them go. Okay, amazing. You're doing a great job. Well done. So let's just tune in. Were we able to release this level of disappointment? Yes, we were. So are there any other emotions that we can release that's going to just create some more space here and now for whoever's watching us? Yes. Is the next emotion linking in with this energy of not receiving or fully stepping into that potential of the relationship or the business that you're really desiring right now? And there's a yes. We can release another one for the group right now. So what are we looking at? Are we looking at... Oh, okay. So what's coming up is actually heartache. So maybe the rejection, or maybe it's we've blocked a level of receiving because of our heart energy. And, again, maybe that's about the disappointment or being put down. And that can be anywhere. I mean, certainly for me, I had this around schooling and the time that I was really put down in school, and even with one of my stepfathers, my stepdad, who, tore my homework up and did all sorts of nasty things. So that was one of my patterns, or, that was in my old identity, that I wasn't good enough. So let's look at that heart energy. Okay, do we need any further details to be able to release this? No, we're going to just go ahead and release this for you. So we're going to tune into that. Oh, maybe go goosebumpy. We're going to tune into this energy of heartache, taking it all the way back to that core point where it just felt uncomfortable and painful in our heart area. We're going to ask to release that energy now with love and safety, especially let that child version know it's safe to let this energy go. And everyone and everything, even thoughts, even sounds, even touches that contributed to this, even energies we could have absorbed around this, when we might have witnessed something. Gently and safely releasing these energies, letting all parts know it's safe to let this go right here and now. Okay. So truth. Let me just let those energies settle. Truth, are we able to release and let go of this? Yes, we are. That's amazing. So, are there any of them right now? Okay, so Okay, so let's just ask to release as a collective here. So we're going to tune in, right? And we're going to ask that the self-sabotaging patterns that are preventing us from creating the business or the life that we're choosing, the energies that are holding us back, ask to track, trace, and find it back the origins, releasing and letting it go. All the self-sabotaging patterns, that little voice on our shoulder that just sometimes gets in the way, where we either get overwhelmed or procrastinate or don't trust ourselves enough sometimes or doubt ourselves. Let's ask to release whatever we can right here and now, safely and gently, to help us create space to move forward with more ease. Thank you. That's amazing. Thank you. So let's ask, are we able to release that level? We are. That's amazing. So this is all we're going to release for here and now. So we're releasing even just a small amount. And like I said earlier, even if it's just 1% that we can shift, it creates space for us to be able to magnetically attract or move forward with more ease, so we can take action steps to create what it is that we really want. And taking an action step is so important. If we're just sitting and waiting for it to happen, sadly, it doesn't always happen. So whatever that is holding you back in your current reality, and this is your future you, if there was one action step that you could take, even if it's tidying a drawer, even if it's sending that email or a group of emails, what can you commit to right here and now that you're actually going to do? And write that down on a piece of paper. Even if it's looking at ways to change the mindset, and you get in touch with me and I can share some tools about helping that, whatever it is, just write down one small action step. So you're going to prove to yourself and your energy that you are an action taker. Because often we don't take an action and we're reinforcing to ourselves that we didn't do it. We don't do it. Our minds are amazing because they work for us or they keep us stuck in the same loop sometimes. So write that down. Thank you. Now, I'm going to invite you to just close your eyes again. And I want you to go back into the current reality that we were at when we started doing this. The one where things were not in alignment with your true end result, where you're at right now. And I want you to notice if it's the same or if there's been a shift. Notice if it's different, if it's lighter, or maybe it's the same. And maybe you can't access those memories so easily now, which shows us that we've had change and shifts. And I've just realized that what I didn't do was note to me is to ask you to rate it from 1 to 10 when you're in your amazing space, where that would be a 1 and I have it all now, or 10 where we're stuck in the trudge or the loops. But never mind. Just notice what it is what it feels like when you come back into the current reality. And just notice where there's shifts or changes for you. And then let's step back into that great place. And let's end here with in a good space. So with your eyes closed, go back into that space where everything in your life is amazing and running so well, beyond anything that you've imagined up until now, because you are amazing creators. And you deserve abundance in every good way. So let's bring back all that abundance. Where we've released and created space, we're going to ask to reinstall this abundance now in every good way. And just know that you have choices. You can become more aware that you can create more of what you're choosing. with more ease. And thank you, and come back with me. So thank you, everyone. I hope that has helped in some way. And as I said, I work in many different ways. I coach with people, and the beauty of that is, even as a coach, I can bring my energy work in where we have blocks that are preventing us from shifting forward. But we do have to know where we're going, have clarity where we're going, so that we can create what it is that we actually want. And when we notice the stumbling blocks, like the procrastinations or a fear, or that we're not just doing it, we're getting in the way of ourselves or distracting ourselves. When we start doing a job and we realize that we just wandered off to do something else because we don't really want to do it. And when we can actually work together and keep moving forward with more love, more joy, and looking at the rightness of you or your business and not the wrongness, it can really help us shift. So this is just a small part of how I work. So if you would like to know more, please get in touch with me. I work with people on a one-to-one. I do groups of sessions where we can book blocks. I also do work with groups of people. That's not what I meant. And also I work with people in a longer process. So I'm offering like a one-to-one or a 6-week session where we can really start to create those beginning shifts and get some foundation going. So if this is of interest to you, please get in touch. And if you'd like to know about muscle testing, get in touch and I can share that with you. If you're interested to know about help changing our mindset, and I can give you a really easy tool to help you shift the way we think, please get in touch. I'd love to be of assistance to you. I'd love to be part of your journey in you creating change. So if you feel that you'd like to work with me, and we're not always a vibrational match, but if you're ready to step in to that new empowering part of you and ready to ditch this current identity where we've been amazingly creating this up until now. Trust me, I know this one. I was an amazing creator of things that I really didn't want. Now I am creating differently. And as I said, I've only used tools with you that I've used on me, that have worked for me. And I have shifted some not so nice stuff that happened to me in the past, through relationships, and how that had followed me, how those beliefs had followed me through my life until I stopped, created change, and I had help to start with, which is what has made me so passionate about helping other people, because I know from personal experience, change is possible, and it all starts with you. So enjoy this summit, enjoy your life. You are amazing just the way you are, and step in now to everything that you would choose and more. Take care. I look forward to meeting you, and goodbye for now.